Hey guys, OGalbina here, bringing you guys our NCP Wi-Fi Season 4, I think, Season 4, Week 5 battle against Vepsis and his Helsinki Hydreigon's. Vepsis is a phenomenal player. He makes great content. I genuinely enjoy watching his stuff, so I think you would as well. So if you want to go do me a favor, go check him out in the description below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new here, you're checking out my stuff for the first time, go ahead and drop a sub here. It's really easy, completely free. You can change your mind later. We recently did hit 400 subs on the channel, so huge thank you to you guys for that. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I didn't drop below 400 by the time this goes up, just like a week prior. But thank you guys for the support nonetheless. I really do appreciate it. We've dropped 2 straight in NCP, so we're chilling at a 2-2 record, and I'm really hoping we can bounce back. However, Vepsis is a terrifying team, and I'm not a fan of this matchup. So we had to get very, very interesting in our build, and we have a very specific game plan, and not a very specific game plan, a very specific mode of playing this team in this matchup, and I'm hoping that it can work out. But with that being said, we are going to do a quick little team builder just so you can see what we're bringing, why we're bringing it. I'll have it up on the screen earlier and in the description below and when the battle actually starts. So if you want to jump ahead to that point, definitely go ahead and do so. But yeah, with that being said, let's go and jump into the matchup. Our team, if you did forget, consists of Latios, Excadrill, Scolipede, Jellicent, Sylveon, Moltres, Gigalith, SCRAFTY, Tangela, Circuitry, and Stoutland, while Vepsis' team consists of Urshifu, Slowbro, Rotom, Heat, Diggersby, Noivern, Diancie, Type Null, Azelf, Corviknight, and Trapinch. Now, his team, the theme, if you haven't picked up on it already, is momentum. Vepsis, every Pokemon on his team, -2 being Amoonguss, which I don't have on the screen. I don't have Amoonguss on the screen. Vepsis has an Amoonguss. There might be a Pokemon from another league that I have on there, or I might just be completely missing it. Vepsis definitely has an Amoonguss, so that's unfortunate. And like 90, yeah, Vepsis definitely has an Amoonguss, and I just don't have it on the screen. That's unfortunate, but it's all good. It's all good. Every Pokemon on this team besides Amoonguss and Trapinch actually has some form of momentum. Diancie actually recently got access to Baton Pass, so we have U-turn, Teleport, Volt Switch, U-turn, U-turn, Baton Pass, U-turn, U-turn, U-turn. Crazy momentum. That's going to be his main goal. His goal is going to be force switches, gain momentum, have a nice solid defensive balance backbone, and put Pokemon in range of his faster threats like Urshifu and Azelf, and in some circumstances, Diggersby and Noivern. Very, very scary, especially because this is an awful sand matchup. It's an awful Excadrill matchup, our second awful Excadrill matchup. So we are leaving sand on the bench this week, and we're going to have to find a way to stop Vepsis from gaining such consistent momentum as he's done against a lot of other great players this season so far. And that's going to be the main goal of this team, is play aggressive, get up hazards, force certain switches, and make doubles to capitalize on said switches, and hopefully put myself in a good position to win the game. But yeah, that being said, let's go jump into our first member. A Pokemon I think just crazy well this week is going to be Moltres. We are rocking out with Moltres. Pressure as its ability, Heavy Duty Boots as the item, Flamethrower, Roost, Substitute, and Toxic. EVs wise, we got 180 HP, 116 special attack, and 212 speed with a timid nature. EVs wise, we are creeping Rotom, creeping a max speed Circuitry, so we can roost on Volt Switches, we can sub on it, and gain some more Toxic Chip. We 2-hit KO max speed F Corviknight after leftovers, and then they have the rest in our HP. This Pokemon does really, really, really well, and punishing him going for passive U-turns on my switches, subbing down, pressure stalling a lot of his mons, and really, really messing with his fat. Obviously, we sub down things like Amoonguss, we sub down on things like Type Null, things like Corviknight especially, and then we Toxic the Rotom, we Toxic the Slowbro, and Toxicing that Rotom is going to be very, very paramount to us winning. We Toxic things like Type Null, and we're able to really, really well deal with the rest of the team. Now, he could be Infiltrator Noivern. I'm full well expecting that, but if he's Frisk, it'll obviously tell us when he switches in. If not, he's Infiltrator, and we have to make sure we're out of range of Dracos behind subs and things like that. But other than that, I think sub is a great way for scouting moves. It's a great way for pressure stalling a lot of his mons. We can, take off 2 Wicked Blows if he tries to, break our sub with the Urshifu or something like that, opposed to just the one, and that can obviously really, really hurt him in the long run. So I'll definitely take that. Flamethrower is actually pretty free. The things that we don't want to Flamethrower, we Toxic, and yeah, this Pokemon does really well. I'm excited to see it hopefully pop off this week in particular. Next up, we have our Latios, rocking out with the Life Orb, Levitated Stability, Draco Meteor, Roost, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. EVs wise, we got 108 HP, 12 defense, 164 special attack, 4 speed def, and 220 speed with a modest nature. Oops. So I went a little bit aggressive with this creep, and this may come to bite me in the ass, but we are creeping a max speed Urshifu, not a max speed Urshifu, we are creeping an Urshifu, creeping a max speed Moltres. I don't think he has any reason to go max speed. I don't think Vepsis is someone to just run max speed just to run it. I would be very surprised, very tilted, very surprised though if he does end up doing so, and if I prepped in this specific way, it allowed me to get modest Latios. And if you look at Vepsis' team, and you look at his stabs plus Thunderbolt switch-in, it does not exist. He has the type null as a pivot, but I really do think I can take advantage of that Pokemon if he does end up bringing it. And if he doesn't end up bringing it, I actually 2-8 KO Oko like the entire squad. So that's obviously absolutely phenomenal. Psychic into Thunderbolt will kill a lot of what do you call it? Corviknight and Slowbro, sets. Draco blows his dark type ass backwards. Draco and Thunderbolt blow the Slowbro away. The stabs blow away the Rotom. Stabs blow away the Noivern. Stabs blow away the Azelf. It just really does do well offensively. Offensive Dragons with good coverage are really good versus Vepsis, and they force him into bringing passive stuff like Type Null, which I think I can take advantage of. Psychic is going to do a KO to Yancy most of the time as well, so really, really solid mod in this matchup. Other EVs though, we Oko max HP Slowbro after a spike, and spoilers, we are bringing spikes a little bit later on. We have a Life Orb number in HP, and then we threw the rest into defense just for good measure. Next up, we have Xurkitree, rocking out with the Choice Scarf. Beast boost as its ability, Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, and Energy Ball. Max special attack, 36 defense, speed def, and 220 speed with a timid nature. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, we have not lost a game in which we brought Xurkitree. Therefore, we're bringing Xurkitree, we're winning the game. But all jokes aside, Vepsis' electric immunities are a little bit flimsy, and Trapinch, if he rings Trapinch, that's another Pokemon on the bench that could have come and done better. So I'm honestly fine with that. I'll just have to play my Xurkitree a little bit different. Diggersby is a potential switch in, 1 energy ball though, and that thing's dead. So that's obviously nice. More than likely, his switch-ins are going to be Amoonguss and Rotom, and those things get chipped. And if I can grab momentum on the Amoonguss, especially get into my Moltres, throw up a sub, get into my Latios, throw off a free Psychic against this whole team, that's absolutely amazing. If there is no Amoonguss and we chip down that Rotom, no Trapinch, this Pokemon is an amazing win con. Clicking Scarf Thunderbolt in the endgame is phenomenal, especially with all this pressure that we put on Type Null, especially with hazards, especially with forcing in that Corviknight often and trying to double and get in this Xurkitree, which is going to be another endgame goal of mine. We honestly should be fine. I really do like Scarf Zerk in this game, despite there being, I guess, technically double ground and Amoonguss. I think that Scarf Xurkitree is a very viable endgame if we can play our team right. Next up, we have Scrafty, rocking out with the Roselli Berry Shedskin as its ability. Drain Punch, Knock Off, Bulk Up, and Rest. EVs wise, we got 228 HP, 116 attack, 36 defense, 20 speed def, and 108 speed with a Careful or Calm nature. I forget which one it is, but it's the one that has minus special attack. EVs wise, we're creeping No Speed Corviknight by a few, just a little bit after it. We live 2 Corviknight Brave Birds if uninvested when we get up to +1. We live a +2 Dazzling Gleam from a non-boosting item Azelf with our Roselli Berry, and then we have the rest in attack. Now this Pokemon is a great way of really punishing a lot of his fat. Things like the Amoonguss we can kind of set up on pretty freely. Things like the Slowbro we can set up on pretty freely. And we can take a hit from those things, especially when we start boosting up. Once we get to the +2, I think we do have a pretty good shot of living a banded close combat from Urshifu and just blowing it ass backwards with the Drain Punch, which is awesome. Noivern is definitely an issue, but if we can knock off that thing's boots, that's amazing. Or just knock it off in general. We're actually not bringing rocks this week, so that's unfortunate, but that's obviously great. We really do take advantage of Type Null to the fullest. We can pivot in and check the Azelf. We can live a Dazzling Gleam from a pretty healthy amount, and that's obviously really nice. We can even potentially set up on a Corviknight, especially if it doesn't have Brave Bird. It's actually fodder for us, which is awesome. And yeah, that's going to be Scrafty. It's just a nice overall punisher of his fat, especially with spikes up and forcing switches and throwing around knockoffs. It's honestly really, really solid here. Then next up, we have our Sylveon, rocking out with the leftovers. Pixelate as its ability, Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, and Heal Bell. 244 HP, 164 defense, 4 special attack, 4 speed F, and 92 speed with a bold nature. This Pokemon is going to be our main Urshifu check. This Pokemon is going to be a good Noivern check. It's going to be kind of okay Diggersby check, and it's going to be a good Azelf check in its own right. Now, we don't have any coverage for the Amoonguss in a Mystical Fire, which I really was close to bringing, but I wanted Heal Bell for the potential Thunder Waves, for the potential Toxics that are going to come out from this, you know, really fat team. I felt like having Heal Bell was very nice and very important, especially if Scrafty's Shed Skin doesn't pop off, or we let something get Spored that we didn't want to let get Spored, or Moltres gets Toxic pivoting into Amoonguss or something like that. I figured that was very important to have, and I'm realistically not breaking through Corvi and Amoonguss anyways, and there still is a whole Rotom there to pivot into me pretty easily, which is obviously less than ideal. This Sylveon is playing full support though this week. We don't need it to hit everything super effectively. We don't need it to knock at everything. We just need it to be able to pivot into things and deal with them like that, which is obviously very solid. And then lastly, we have our Scolipede, rocking with the Life Orb, Speed Boost as its ability, Mega Horn, Poison Jab, Spikes, and Superpower, 28 HP, 156 attack, 116 defense, 4 speed F, and 204 speed with an adamant nature. EVs wise, we're creeping Urshifu, creeping Moltres. We live a Banded Sucker Punch after rocks. We have a Life Orb HP number, and then we have the rest in attack. Now, this Pokemon is here to get up Spikes and force switches into that Corviknight. If I don't see a ground type, especially if there's no Diggersby or Trapinch, my main goal is to force up Spikes. I'm realizing I didn't have my Sylveon disappear behind it, but it's whatever. My main goal with this Pokemon is to either get up Spikes and force a Defog from Corviknight, see what his Defogger is. If it's not Corviknight, then that means it's the Rotom, and honestly, that's a little bit easier for me to deal with, especially with some Toxic and stuff on it. So that's fine. And also force switches into that Corviknight, because it really is the best defensive response on his team. He doesn't actually deal with this Pokemon very well otherwise. And double into my Xurkitree and try and keep up momentum that way, especially if a Spike is up and I don't let him defog in that turn. Getting up a Spike, doubling into my Xurkitree and Volt switching while keeping that Spike up is genuinely phenomenal. It really does help me out a lot in this specific matchup. With that plus Latios and Moltres is really going to help out in the long run. So I do think that Scolipede is very important. We are just going to have to play this game very aggressively, and I think that we do have the tools to potentially win. And yeah, that's going to be the team. Let's jump right into the battle. Alright guys, here we are with the battle. Let's see the team that Veps selected to bring. He elected to bring the Diggersby. Damn it. It's all good. He actually didn't bring Urshifu though. That's pretty nice. Diggersby I am a little bit underprepared for. I won't lie to you. I'm a little bit underprepared for Diggersby, but it's all good. We can't eliminate that Pokemon. That's great. There's also no Rotom Heat, which is awesome. For things like Sylveon, for things like Scolipede as well. Type Null, Moongus, and then we have, oh dude, and my Scrafty goes crazy this game. It goes absolutely nuts. So that's awesome. We have a Moongus, we have Diggersby, and then we have Noivern. Now I know Vebsis, and I know he genuinely loves to lead off with that Noivern. Part of me wants to lead off with my Xurkitree though, because it really covers any Scarfer potentially wanting to lead, and I don't think he'll go hard Diggersby immediately on me. I really don't think he'll go hard Diggersby immediately on me. So I think my best bet is to lead with our Xurk and kind of just like and I'm sure it'll bait in the Amoonguss, and baiting in the Amoonguss is exactly what I want in this specific scenario. So good luck to Vepsis. Hopefully we can nab a win here. Very tough matchup though. Very phenomenal opponent that we have too. So definitely very scary. So yeah, there is going to be Noivern will be able to use this very important to our gameplay. The Christmas trees are. So it is Frisk. That's great. And I am gonna click Volt Switch. I don't think you go hard Diggersby. I don't think you go hard Diggersby right off rip. I could also click Dazzling Flame here pretty freely. Agency. I like her. Okay. So we are gonna see a withdrawal. I'm gonna go out and discuss. That's gonna be for sure. Awesome. Well, that's great to see. We're gonna get a clean Volt Switch off. Get a good 15% off. Do we get the information from that? Mungus. At level 50. It means that he's pretty spadef, actually. And this makes me want to go into my vultures. I'm gonna go into my vultures and I'm gonna sub. Obviously, we do not kill him in one. He is spadef. But this is gonna allow me to sub down and really start to annoy his fat. Really start to annoy his fat. So I'll definitely take it. Sludge Bomb does break my sub, but I don't think you're gonna want to stay in. And if you do, I think you're screwed. Go out to Sean. There's gonna be Slowbro, and I will absolutely take a toxic on this thing. So I'm gonna toxic, and we'll go from there. Now I could have just hard toxic and saved the HP, but honestly, I'll take you know, getting the guaranteed off just in case he was going to click Spore, trying to catch me. So we are gonna click toxic. It doesn't look like he has any clerical support on this team, so Slowbro being toxic means Lumberry. Very interesting. Okay, well that's good information to have. That's for sure. I'll definitely take that information. So sub is gonna fade. That's fine. Part of me wants to sub to catch this teleport, but I don't think it's worth. I'm gonna go Scrafty. I am Shedskin, so I can Shedskin off burn. I have heal well, I have rest, so there's definitely plenty of options for Scrafty right here. And I don't really free knockoff. Look at Goons, my boy. So we're going to be able to switch in our Scrafty. I love a Shedskin immediately. That'd be sick. If not, it's all good. Alright, it's all good. I'm just gonna throw a very free knockoff. Yeah, Noivern can come in. Not that big of a deal though. I could also bulk up, expecting him to stay in, but I'd be very surprised. Hearing like a setup variant. And he saw that we're not intimidated, which, you know, leads him to believe that we're either Moxie or we're Shedskin. And I don't think Moxie is very good here. He should know that we're scared. Shedskin. Awesome. He's gonna go into 4B. I'll take it. He's gonna be pressure as well. Completely fine with me. We're gonna throw off a knock. And knock off this thing's lefties is phenomenal. I'll definitely take it. And I'm just gonna go hard Helios again. Now, the U-turn here, very annoying, but not the end of the world. It covers him going for, like, you know, a weird Brave Bird or something. So, let's go ahead and pivot on out. If we can honestly try and bulk up the turn after. Really, this also covers him doing like a weird bulk up set. I'm trying to bulk up on us. So we're gonna see a pressure. He's gonna double, so he doesn't have U-turn. I refuse to believe he has U-turn then. Yeah, so I am going to make the pivot right back out into Scrafty. I am rest. No, not super worried. Good double leg at this, but that tells me he's not U-turn. That tells me he's like for sure probably bulked up, or he just goes out. Which is good to know. And if he's bulked up, that means he doesn't have any way of getting rid of. What do you call it? Why am I blanking on his name? He doesn't have any way of getting rid of our spikes if he's not in combat. So again, that's absolutely amazing. I'm gonna rest here. I would love the first turn wake. That would be genuinely amazing. As Veps is either going to teleport or he's gonna scald here. Cycle. He's recycled Lum. That's very cool. He was really expecting that ultra set. So we are gonna get our Shedskin off, which is great. I'm gonna put bulk up. Really be able to dent this thing. And anything might want to come in. If he goes Noivern, shit, she got me. Jet fire, this is fine. I'm actually gonna stay in the Drain Punch. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. If he Brave Birds, he might even put himself in range to knock off the turn after. We are gonna bulk up. We are at +1. We're not to hit KO by Brave Bird, especially, yeah, it should be fun. We'll also be able to see how fast he is, which is good information. We are keeping no speed 4v by a few. We are outskipping the end. And I'd love to force a roost on this thing. He's gonna block. No, I think I'm gonna knock off. I really want to knock off and catch that, that Noivern. Because if he I guess he could just roost on me, though. That's the worst part. I think I am just gonna drink a bunch then. So he's gonna withdraw. If he goes into Noivern, got me. Obi is going to be... Yeah, unfortunate. It's all good, though. I'm gonna see that we're Roselli as well. We were very scared of that ad. No, that could be any information. Yeah, he's gonna be, decently healthy, so that's nice. And if he's not running blue, 50. That tells me he's actually pretty offensive. Again, good information for me to have. Now I am expecting a potential U-turn, but there's not much I can do to stop that. I think I do need my SCRAFTY. So let's go ahead and pivot out into Sylveon. We're gonna see an air slide. And I think I do throw a wish in the air here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a wish in the air. My SCRAFTY is looking great. He's gonna U-turn, he's gonna air slash. That's it, so far. And either a Mungus or Corviknight is going to come out here. No step. How much PP does he say? He's gonna go Mungus, that's fine. Now, part of me, I'm actually gonna pivot out into my my Skull of Keeper, I think, because I want to get up Spikes. I think he's bulked up on this thing, and I think getting up Spikes is like really important here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go hard Scully. I want to try and get up as many Spikes as possible. If he's Spore, then we at least use this thing as Spore fodder, and we can pivot out into another Breaker. And we do it that way. And we do, again, have Heal Bell, so not the biggest deal. And this also covers him making a double slow bro, expecting us to pivot in. So he's gonna Sludge Bomb, that is fine. Trying to get all of that health back. I'm just gonna lay up this layer Spikes. So let's go ahead and lay that up. And this forces him into the Corviknight, which is honestly fine. So he's gonna go right into that. I'm going to get up a Spike. And then I'm going to go... I think I go hard into my Moltres. And I just click Toxic. I try and put up as much offensive pressure as humanly possible, and forcing these turns where he has to click Recycle, where he has to click Boost, where he has to click Defog, things like that, and put myself in a good position. So he is Defog. It's good to know. So that's something we're gonna have to take advantage of. That means he's just not U-turn. He's probably what? Iron Head, Body Press, Boost, Defog. This is where I wish I had, what do you call it? This is where I wish I had rocks. Opposed to just spikes. But it's not that big of a deal. We're just gonna hard Toxic this turn. As the slow bro is going to come out. We want to see how much. It's a very good bring my best. 16. I already used it, once. I forgot that he already had it, though. That is unfortunate. Maybe I should just stop. But it's all good. think I'm actually going to make the play out of the Latios and put on a little bit of offensive pressure like that. And yeah, hopefully be in a good spot from there. Maybe I should have went into Lottie on the Corviknight. That put a little bit more offensive pressure on. I completely forgot that he had the Lumberry already from the recycle. So it's on me. We're gonna go into our Latios. He's gonna withdraw. Now, let me see. Diggers. 450. He does not knock me out. Which almost makes me want to just Psychic here. I don't think you let me take this. Yeah, you don't know my set either. So I'm going to be able to get a Psychic off on type. No, and I think a Psychic is more valuable than a Draco right now. How much did Psychic do? Psychic did about the damage to Spadef that I was expecting. And now I think I'm going to go Scrafty on a potential Toxic, on a potential Thunder Wave, on a potential U-turn as well. With this thing being chipped, if I get one more Psychic off on it, it's actually great. Just good to know. He's going to U-turn. That is completely fine. Again, that does give a pretty free Noivern, but Noivern's really the only pretty free thing that he has right now, so I'll take it. If we can knock off the Lumberry too before he can recycle it, before he uses it, that's great for us too, because actually he can't recycle, so we need to keep that in mind. This is going to be weird. This is pretty bad. I want to see. How much he does. Sylveon kills us. Not Bandit though. Scarf 172. Does 2 at KOs with that. And that, if he's adamant. Let's see if we go Moltres. He does 2 at KOs with Scarf. Wow, this is a bad position for us. I think I have to go Moltres. Fuck, it's a really bad position for us. Fuck. After that, that's probably a much better play on his end. If we don't so much longer, I promise. So this is unfortunate. And we're not Flame Body, so we can't even threaten this thing with a burn. Earthquake. So we at least get that thing. Which is great. Now I think I do want to make the double on the Slowbro into my Latios. I don't think you stay in U-turn. We'll see if he's Scarf right here, if he switches as well. We'll see if he's banded. What? Wow. Wow, I don't agree. I really don't agree. I really don't agree. Wow, that's super fucking tilting. Wow. Well, if he would have given us damage on that, I think that might have put him in Life Orb, and then Scarf Zerk can just win the game later. I really don't agree. I'm super tilted now. That's something. That is something. I have to go into Superpower. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and click Superpower. Maybe he thinks we don't have anything to knock him out. Which completely fair. Is this a 2 at KO for 50%? I would love for it to be. I would love for it to be. Let's see. Not like Max Fitz Def. sure. Just super bad. 50% to 43 to 52. I think I am gonna go for the roll. It tells me that it's a potential roll. Unless we just got absolute mins that first time. Oh, we got a crit. I'm so sorry about this. I'm so sorry. That was a roll. Wow, that's amazing. Did we get a kill? I'll take it. I'm in a bad spot versus that Diggersby though. There's not much I can do against it. It just claims a kill every time it comes in. Which obviously isn't very ideal. But now we can get up spikes, which is great. Now we can get up spikes, and also our Scolipede just cleans fucking house. It just wrecks. That's also good to know. He's likely, in my mind, gonna go Diggersby. Put quick attack. If I had to assume something. Here he comes. Now, but if he clicks, what do you do? Diggersby. At level 50. We actually potentially knock him out with superpower, so even at -2. So I think he is forced to do a quick attack. And then, how much is Vulture's? Two attack from 141. I don't think he actually 2-hit KOs us. Which is good to know. So I'm gonna switch. Because actually our skull will be on its own. The only issue is me giving up this though. I potentially just lose to the thing. I could have knocked him out with the thing. I really don't agree with how this plays. I really don't. I'm not in a quick attack. What the fuck? Okay. Woo! We'll go right back out to Scolipede. You know, Mega Horn knocks him out from here. Actually, no, we might not have knocked him out with the superpower. I had this twice still on the count, so maybe we did. I'm gonna click Mega Horn in here though. I'm pretty sure this can claim a KO. And it'll definitely knock out this thing. Hang on, Sean. Slowpoke? Okay. Mega Horn. Awesome. So he's gonna take a little bit of chip. Let's go. B-Boost is gonna pop. I think Max Fist F2. And now I just Poison Jab. Yeah. And that's, honestly fine. Maybe I should have sacked my Circuitry. The least useful member. But Scolipede is gonna be able to pick up the KO. I don't know how I particularly. Losing motion is very bad. Won't lie to you. Scolipede, I need to look and see how much quick attack does. 68 HP max from a adamant life orb Diggersby. He's gonna go out and do his Noivern. Finds my life orb. Yes, sir, you do. So I think I am gonna make a pivot into my Sylveon. And I'm most likely gonna wish. If he goes into the, what do you call it? Fine. The slash is gonna pop. Yeah, bro. Fine. If he taunts me, that's a very, very risky play. And I think he's kind of asking to potentially lose to my Scrafty. So I am gonna wish. I think taunt's a very aggressive play. He's gonna, okay, I saw him stay in that. I forgot that he had used But okay, we're gonna be able to wish. And then hopefully pass out into my Scolipede if he goes into a Moongus. Which is going to be the Diggersby. Now, can you kill me? I think the answer might be yes. So, to roll to kill me here with Body Slam. I'm going to protect because I do live one. If he Swords Dances on this, he got me. And I'm kind of screwed. So he's going to protect me. Now, unfortunately, I think I do need the Hyper Voice. It does not kill him. It does not kill him. But it chips him. And this is Adamant Life Orb too, so he could be jolly. You're Adamant. So I'm gonna Hyper Voice. Now that's gonna take a little bit chip. And I think I'm gonna Hyper Voice in case he tries to set up on me protecting and getting greedy or something. Yeah, so he's just gonna Earthquake again. That's fair. Not that I expected much else, unfortunately. I think I might lose him. I just don't know what I do otherwise. I just was severely under prep for this thing. This thing being gone though is great. Maybe I can do some pull out with Zerk if I get super lucky and like he gives me Moongus for some reason, then Zerk can actually potentially pull it back. But I'm gonna Poison Jab here. If he has Quick Attack, he's gonna go for it. I don't think you save this. I think you go for a Quick Attack. If you have it. He could have been like Agility Swords Dance or like Agility 3 attacks, Swords Dance 3 attacks, that kind of thing. But I have to assume he has Quick Attack. I'm gonna withdraw. Wonder Noivern. He's at about 70%. Poison down to the top. I get Poison, which is phenomenal. Wow, and I think that actually might put him in range to die to a Poison Jab. That's what we're gonna do. Maybe I should have gotten up a Spike with Diggersby. Oh my god, that didn't kill. I'm dumb. Okay. Well, that's super bad. Fuck, Owen. Should have Mega Horn, should have Super Powered, something like that. I was scared about a Noivern pivot. Fuck, Owen. Okay. I'm gonna get up a Spike to Diggersby. I think Diggersby is in range of Spike. It's at least in range of Spike with Life Orb. We're gonna get that up. Don't get a good Sleep Talk turn. Don't get a good Sleep Talk turn. Don't get a good Sleep Talk turn. If he does, it's probably the game. He gets like Tri Attack, something like that. Toxic. Okay. So let me check something. 50. My Scolipede Mega Horn into Super Power does kill you. I am going to click Mega Horn. You have U-turn to hit me. I think it's U-turn. That almost might be kind of beneficial to me. Okay. U-turn. And I think I use this to break through as much as humanly possible. I have the Spike up, so I think that might be enough for Diggersby to die to said Spike. And then I just need that chip on a Moongus. I don't know how I get that, though. I don't know how I get that. Maybe if he misses an Air Slash. That could also be great. So I am gonna just attack this. I am gonna attack it. We'll get our Speed Boost. See, he's pretty offensive from what I felt earlier. I'm absolutely bad at Calcing. Poison Jab does a chunk. If we get a crit, we can actually kill it, and then we might just win the game with Scrap. So, that's great. Genuinely phenomenal. I am going to just Poison Jab, though. Scolipede definitely put in the utmost effort. So we are going to Poison Jab. A little Poison. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god, that's amazing. I'm going to Draco. Great. Oh my god, that's great.
Scolpete is going to go down. So there might be an endgame in sight. There just might be. We just have to play our cards right with Scrafty. The only thing is I don't know if we can. I guess it's partly dependent on whether or not his Diggersby dies to Spike or not. If it doesn't die to Spike, we're kind of screwed. Give me this. Give me this. Smart. Give me that. He's gonna stack Diggersby, not to the Spike. Oh, I didn't get enough spikes. I should have gotten another layer. I should have gotten another layer. That is unfortunate. I am just going for full switch again, though. I can't give up my Scrafty. It's my only way of winning this game. He only has one more Life Orb hit, regardless. Unless, again, very bad. So he's going to Earthquake. Now we go. Unfortunately. It's a kill for Circuitry, though. Sitting in front of the Life Orb. Taking one for the team. Now we need him to miss. That's it. We need him to miss an Air Slash. Unless we can live one from this range. Let's see. Scrafty. Air Slash might not kill. And if Air Slash does not kill, then we might be in an okay spot. The only thing is if he's Bruce, because Air Slash is might not kill. But with the poison, it might be. Depending on how bulky he is again. So he's gonna first our Roselli Berry. He does not kill us, and we can rest on everything else. So Scrafty might be able to pull this back. Air Slash. Doesn't kill, just don't crit me. Oh my god. Okay. We just have to do the rest of that. We have to get lucky against that Amoonguss. Level 50, how much does Sludge Bomb do? It does 25. I'll take it. Okay, go for rest. I'll go for rest. We're gonna rest up. It's awesome. And the earlier I wake up in these turns, the better. The earlier I wake up, the better. Sludge Bomb. Okay, we should be able to beat this unless we get extremely unlucky. I'm gonna bulk up. On the chance that I wake up. That looks to be a 4-hit KO. We are gonna wake up. I'm gonna bulk up. And I'm gonna rest. I need him to not crit me on this turn. I need him to not crit me on this turn. He does not. Don't care if you get the poison there. We need to make sure we do not misclick. We're gonna rest. The only thing is I was potentially running out of time. That would be bad. That's pretty bad. So he's gonna see us wake up. We're gonna lose the timer then. I'm gonna bulk up. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose the timer then. Unfortunate. With Game Plan Showdown, I think we actually win it 100% of the time. Don't poison. Crit. And a poison. Now that is fire. I think I'm... Yeah, I'm so screwed. I need to rest, because that put me in range. Fuck, dude. That's so dumb. We have to rest. God, that's frustrating. I think we're just gonna lose the timer, though. I'm gonna do my absolute best to hopefully win this game and bring it back, but I don't. Because of the fact that he does have we should always lose this exchange. Please wake up. Let's go. We're getting some good shed skins. We're gonna bulk up here. this turn. If we get a crit on a +1 bulk up when he has his item, I think that's our best chance. Don't poison me. Fuck, dude. God, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding. Okay, we get the shed skin. Thank God. I'm gonna knock off. I need a crit here. He doesn't have a way of recovering himself, so we might actually be okay. By just spamming knockoff, actually. But I'm gonna rest here. I would love an early wake. I would love to wake up immediately. I would love to wake up immediately, actually. I'm gonna knock off. I got it quickly. Brass knot, let's transport. I'm gonna knock off again. Again, I think I just spam knockoff right now. And I actually should be able to win this game. Poison. Oh, we are gonna rest. He does beat us in like a PP stall war, which is a little bit unfortunate. But this timer's gonna, I think, give us in. Okay, that's great. That first turn wake is huge. I'm not. And I knock the turn after, in case he pivots out. Oh my god. You gotta play. I think that was a okay, I think we could have still potentially won otherwise, but holy shit. Scrafty the GOAT. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Wow. Genuinely just wow. We beat this thing 1v1 every day of the week. So let's go ahead and Drain Punch. That's amazing. He was AV, so we had no way of recovering his health outside of pivoting out. So I just continuously attacked him. I put myself in a good spot to win. He's U-turn toxic on this game. He's not toxic. Gonna miss. I don't think that matters because I just click Drain Punch one more time and we're gonna be able to pick up a 1-0 dub on the back of Scrafty, the GOAT, being able to grab the dub. There was definitely some luck that we got this game. I won't lie to you. We got a little bit lucky on a few turns. That poison on Northern was astronomically huge. I really do apologize for that. That was massive. Because it forced me to where he couldn't really boost off damage from my Scrafty very well. Because my knockoff into poison probably would have knocked out an offensive Northern, and I think he was pretty offensive in that sense. And then that last crit on the Mungus definitely was big because he still did have a chance to win that via timer if we didn't get that crit. 100%. I think without timer, we do win that game in the end game with Scrafty because we do beat that Amogus 1v1, especially because he was Assault Vest. We just spam knockoff until he eventually pivots into the, what do you call it, the Scrafty, and we continuously just click knockoff and Drain Punch and things like that, try and eliminate that type null as he tries to pivot and get more regenerator health, and then we eventually beat that Amogus 1v1 with our type null. But, I mean, with our Scrafty. But, Pokemon sucks. We got hacked out of a win last week, and then we kind of hacked our way to a win this week. I'll fucking take it, though. Veps is a phenomenal player. Please go check him out in the description below. He's having a great season. He has a great team, and he makes really, really solid content. So definitely go check him out if you haven't done so already. If you enjoyed this battle, be sure to drop a like. If you are new here, be sure to drop a sub. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Later.